are you doing? Welcome today to our new masterclass for Education 3000. We're here with Naomi Paimao, founder of
And with
P3000. And
Giovanna Speck,
yes, and
English coordinator.
thank you for being here. And we're looking forward this class. Okay, we're
Yes, which
talking about
number 7. We are
yes,
cruising.
number
And by
7.
the way, if you want to see all the previous video, it's all on YouTube, on Facebook. It's in English with my French accent, with your Spanish accent, but we try our best to reach the 5 continents because it's urgent. We have to change education. We need the children to be happy. We need the teacher without stress. We need the parents to be relaxed. We need to change completely that.
Yes.
Really, it's an emergency,
And
and
this, yes,
for
this
our
is a
grandchildren
very,
too, for the future, for those to come. This is our promise to the children. And to
yes.
talking about promise, please um,
Let's
check
subscribe.
out the blue decoration. Please type in Google Blue Decoration Education 3000, and you will see the decoration of the children of the world to the children of the world and to the world. And
Oh,
then you will see what they want, and they are right, and it's our promise to do it. And then there is another one called the promise, by the way, and you will see our responses as children. So we have a lot of material on YouTube, a lot of material on Facebook. I think pretty soon we have to open Instagram, don't we? If you want Instagram, tell us too.
yes.
Put the
We have
comments.
a lot.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yes,
We have
we're
to. You
looking
have to know
forward.
that I
Oh,
am in Bolivia. Giovanna is in the state, and we are broadcasting for the world. So sometimes we have a delay effect, or we just step on each other. But this is life.
yes, Naomi, you're right. And that's what is happening. And we're so excited that we're sharing all this information at one with you. But we would like you to, just share and share with your friends. And you go to our pages, and all the information is going to be at the end of one beautiful video that we're going to have today. And we're going to be talking about what is
Something very special.
very
Before the take notes,
special.
www education 3
Yes.
O's 3000.info. And today I have it somewhere. We go to the masterclass number 7. We will have 25 classes, same time, always on Friday, always
Yes.
with new subject. And today,
Today we have
positive. Oh, yes. Oh, no, I shouldn't show you first. What is PSL?
exactly. That's what we're
P
looking
for Payman?
for.
No.
It's
PSL. Let's see.
positive stimulation circuit for learning. That is the one that we're talking about today. And this positive stimulation circuit for learning, that Naomi is going to talk a little more about it. It's very important for the education because it's the circuit that allows or bring to function in certain way that we're going to be learning, and we're going to be available to learn. So this is important for our kids, for future generations, for us, for everyone. And Naomi, if you want to expand a little more about it.
Exactly. If you're a teacher, parents, grandparents, we are all concerned. This way of learning, because you have positive stimulation circuit, but you can have negative one. So we have to make sure we are in the positive one. And it makes education fun, easy to learn, long-term memory, creativity. I mean, you have all the advantages. It's a win-win situation for everybody, for the society, for the children, for the parents, for the teachers. So please pay attention. You can have your book. The video will be on YouTube if you want to see again or share. This is fundamental. This is from neuroscience and neuroeducation or neuropedagogy as well. And this is the key here to understand how it functions. And it will work for now, for the future. This is a new brain as well. and it is fun. And it is all
Yes.
demonstrated by the scientists. That's the new education we do need right now.
Yes, and that's the importance of this is that science is backing up all what we were saying, that we need a new education. We were saying, but now with all of these classes, you will learn why this is so important.
Exactly.
This is the main thing. Why is it so important? And you will be able to explain to all the persons that are in charge of this kind of education
Exactly.
why this is so important for you, for your kids, and for all the society. So I find this subject very interesting, and you're gonna enjoy it. Uh-huh.
It's extremely important to understand the why, because then it makes sense. Oh, it's not because it's a fashion or it's trendy or because Noemi said so. Worse.
Yes.
No, 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 no. If when you understand the why, it's like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. And
Yes.
it's not as hard as I thought. And I can understand all the process. We prepared a small video as usual.
Uh-huh.
Let's see how it works. Are you ready?
We're ready. We're
Let's
ready.
see. And this time with sound, please.
Everything will be.
So this should work here. You can see on my screen, right?
Yes, everything fine.
Just is, I know what's happening. It's YouTube and I don't want YouTube. Just talk a little bit. Do you want
Yes.
YouTube? It's the same video actually. I want to make sure there is some sound.
Everything is fine. Let's check.
Do you
We
have
got
sound
it.
here?
Yes.
Perfect. So I will make it bigger. See you.
See you. Enjoy.
Hello, hello, dear friends. Welcome back to Education 3000. And I am Noemi Panimal, the founder of Education 3000. And welcome you. And hello, David.
Hi Naomi, how are you?
All okay.
Nice. I'm David Fegan, the International English Program Coordinator at Education 3000. This is video number 7 in our series of 25 videos
between A and B.
Exactly. So we can see some images here where the frontal lobe is not really activated. So in A, there's only a discrete activation of the brain in a task with little motivation, and the frontal lobes there at the front, we can see there's not much going on there. And then we look at the second example where there's the same task but with a high degree of motivation. We can see the entire brain, there's more activity, especially in the frontal lobe as well, a lot more activation. So at the bottom there, motivation, laughter, projects, and humanitarian service. Do you want to expand a little bit on that, Naomi, and explain that for us,
Yes,
please?
some people ask, but how can we activate or develop more the fourth brain? And it's quite easy. We need a lot of motivation. We need a good sense of humor. It's proved now by medicals. If you laugh and you have a good sense of humor, automatically your front lobe are more activated. They did that in a hospital in the States, and the patient that will laugh and understand all the jokes, they noticed their front lobe were more activated. So it's proved now. To be able to do project, to do something, and humanitarian service. If you have the sense of altruism, if you want to help humanity, automatically this front lobe as well would go to the next step of evolution, which is the collective intelligence and understand what you do to others is for you and it's a common good. So it's not that complicated either, actually. And if you have the notion of service, I mean, helping others and helping the community and helping the neighborhood, for instance, you can start from school. I know some schools, they start from very early age. And those kids, they are flying. They are very, 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 not only bright, but human. They are bright, but with this human side, with this empathy, and they know how to do things. It's beautiful. And you see the energy around the brain. This is very low, and this is much higher. And you see this thick layer.
An interesting
This is
contrast there.
electromagnetic field. Good. Lateral thinking.
Yeah, so to find many solutions, and we've got an example here, Edward de Bono, so 1933 in Malta, he coined the term lateral thinking in his book, The Use of Lateral Thinking, and Lateral Thinking, another book.
And I would say this is the next step to critical thinking. Critical thinking is okay, it's good to have criteria, but not only to criticize, to find
To have what, sorry, Naomi? So it's good to have what? Just to go back to what you said? Like opposing point of views, opposing thoughts, or?
That lateral thinking is more important than the critical thinking?
Yeah, so those, I didn't understand that last part.
Critical thinking. Critical thinking, you criticize, you can have a good criteria, you can analyze, but it's not enough. I prefer to jump into lateral thinking because then you find solution and you execute the solution. So I would say it's the next step, and it's good for children and young people to be able to use this lateral thinking. For that, to find the solution, and as well because they have more, it's called multifaceted. When they do something, they can see all the consequences and see all the angles of something and all the consequences of a project or something they want to do.
Yeah, so after those books were published, De Bono developed the concept of 6 thinking hats in 1985. And this concept facilitates the analysis and resolution of problems from different perspectives. What are some of the perspectives, Naomi?
Yeah, you have the process, the facts, feelings, creativity, benefit, cautions. Like you have the capacity to see all the facets of a problem or something you have to do. And this is linked as well to multiple approach and multiple intelligence and multiple solutions. And this is what we want. And by the way, this is not new. I mean, both lateral thinking and the concept of all those arts and all that is quite old, but it's still very much needed in education, more than ever. So thank you to Eduardo Bueno.
And just going on to the next point, Naomi, why did the children of today, today's boys and girls, why do they need an EPA positive stimulation circuit for learning?
Because this is exactly the way they learn. I mean, it will match the characteristic of the children of today and tomorrow. Like, remember we saw that in the previous video, but the metabolism is fast, hyperesthesia, all the senses are developed, the different neurology, the right hemisphere, the alpha waves, the forebrain, the lateral thinking. We saw that in our stats, multiple intelligence, emotional intelligence, and self-development. Self-development, a strong personality. If you have a strong personality, you don't want to be taught all the steps and all the details in your education. You want bigger challenge, you see, and creativity and the kind of freedom as well. So all your creativity can blossom and spur up. Spur up, I mean,
Yep.
despegar.
Sprout up and grow.
Yes. So this is exactly this kind of education, the information of neuroscience. And the kids of today, they match, completely match together. And this will end up with a much better society as well. I put this example. I know you are a musician, it was for you. For instance, it's called SSA, supra-selective attention. Because sometimes they say, oh no, those kids, they have a lack of attention or deficit. But it's not true. Usually supra, but selective attention. For instance, this guy, and I recommend you see the videos of Lydian Na Dash Waram. He's from India. He won many prizes already. He's very young. And sometimes he can play the piano, two pianos at the same time. Do you want to see the picture? This one. And he can play, he's extremely talented. This is multifaceted, multi-talented, and multitask. Is a proof they are very good.
Yeah, so maybe maybe piano teachers wouldn't tell the students to play like this, but for this kid, obviously it's something's clearly working, right? He's been quite successful with his own method of playing.
And it's fun. You should see the bright smile of Lydian. Please check YouTube. So let's make a quick summary. So what we see in them, how do they learn?
Yeah, so the children of today learn in multiple ways, multiple intelligences, multitasking, simultaneous attention, emotional intelligence, motivation, movement, technology, by doing, an important point, traveling, nature, art, and exploring, another very important point in our education.
Yeah. Let them discover. And then when I say by doing, it's by doing and teaching. Let children teach to other children, or young people teaching to children, or young people teaching each other. There is a new topic now I saw in China. It's called self-math. So they learn mathematics by themselves. I saw it in Russia as well. So doing and teaching. This is key in the new pedagogical ways of teaching nowadays. Doing and teach. I mean, let them teach. We don't teach. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. The teacher doesn't have to necessarily do everything. Maybe some of the children understand the concept and are able to pass that on, perhaps in a more effective way as well to their fellow classmates.
And they feel good. It's good for self-esteem as well because I can explain, and the other one feels good too because it's explained in their own words and with their own feelings. So it matches very well. It works very well. And as a teacher, as a parent, just relax and enjoy it. And of course, a lot
of love, right?
A lot of love. Love would cure everything and give the energy. And this is the new gasoline.
Yeah, so again, like we say at the end of every video, we've got YouTube, website, Facebook. You can contact us as well via email. All of these links are below in the description. So check them out and feel free to get in contact. Or like we've discussed before, there are a lot of free resources that we've got for you if you'd like to check them out.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Naomi. Again, a very interesting video. And next video in the P3000 Co-Recreate
We go to the
Education.
8. Oh, it's a nice one. It's called ERR brain. It's a new concept of the integral brain. And we have to understand now it's not only this. It's called integral brain.
Nice.
And
So I'll see you in the next video, Naomi.
Perfect.
Again,
Thank you
a
so
lot of
much.
information. Thank you, Naomi, and thanks
Thank you,
everybody.
Dave, for your time. And thank you, everybody, for attending education all around the world with time. Bye-bye, everybody. See you soon.
Hi, how are you doing? We're back.
We are back. Wow,
We're back.
wow, wow. I
This
want to
is-
thank Mechita. Thank you. Thank you for the class from the UK. And
Thank you,
Karina,
Mechita.
she's always here. Hello. Thank you so much. And please
Kari.
put your comments and what you do in your country, what is your feedback, what kind of subject or topics you want us to talk about, and let's make a big worldwide network.
Yes, and find out more about this information on education with all these classes that we're offering here. So you can go through all of the pages. You can go and look for Education 3000 info. Yes, there we have it. And also, you have all of these programs that are going to be recorded for you to be there anytime, at any time. So, Noemi,
YouTube and Facebook.
yes,
And
yes,
our contact is noemipaimal.education, 3 O's, 3000 at gmail.com.
yes, yes. And Noemi, thank you for this class today. I love that, and I found so interesting to find how our brain works while learning. In this process of learning, if we have this positive stimulation, it's incredible how the brain allows us to go from the back of our brain to the front of our brain and producing such neurotransmitters to kind of stimulate our learning. And that's the basic reason why we need better like motivating learning. Yes, way of teaching. Mhm.
And what works very well, please take notes. Use project-based learning. Do project, especially project the children or the young people want, not the project you want. Solution-based learning. Find a real solution in real life. They love it because they feel useful. STEAM or STEAM, technology mixed with math, with engineering, with art, and with mathematics. So there is so much tools we can use nowadays, and it works very well and with very, very positive result and quick results. So that's the good news.
Yes, totally different from what we are receiving, and I can see so many kids like getting so bored in with all these methods of education based on competence and in competition, and it's incredible how the difference could be made just with changing this different approach to education, and yeah.
Yeah. Now
And well,
I was thinking, Giovanna, people are going to say, maybe in my country we're still by Zoom or online. We still don't have the school working. Even by Zoom, we can do all that. I
yeah,
know some schools, you know what they do 10 minutes of Zoom and then pure activities. You understand? You do a project and then you show it at the camera, and then you can stand up and dance and then show to the camera what you are doing. So by Zoom, please do your class 10 minutes, no more. You take the
yes,
time, and then activities. That way they are not so stuck to the screen as well. And in the future, if we are thinking about a mixed education or combined education, if you have Zoom, take advantage of Zoom to Zoom with the other end of the world, or with Africa, or with China. So you have a multicultural approach, do all the language online, doing something. I know some classes, they do cooking in English, Colombia, England. So
yes.
you can do it by Zoom. You can do it. So everything is possible.
Yes, and we all can learn together. We can just figure it out. We're so creative, And one thing that amazed me the most is thinking that we can pass from that passive to be co-creators. The future just shows that we could do that as human. So what a best way for us to understand all of the needs for these children of today and tomorrow, to be making all these education possible for them, isn't it? Like I understand now how the frontal lobe is going to be developed in the future. Could you explain that a little more? I found that amazing too.
If you activate the frontal lobe, this is the highest capacity of the human being in terms of evolution. We start with the reptilian here, and then we go to emotional, and we go to the two hemisphere of the brain, and then we go to this part. That's why it's sometimes called the fourth brain. And here you can execute, you have some altruism. You want to do something for other people, for the society, for humanity, for the planet. You know how to build up strategies. You have the sense of humor. There is so much capacities here, and before it was kind of blocked, and now it's kind of much more activated. We can see it in children, the way they think and act. You can see it in young people, and this is, I think, the future as an anthropologist. So any activities that will enhance or unblock or activate the front lobe are welcome, definitely.
Yes.
And I wanted to tell you, do you know what's KTK? We have to use KTK. You know what it is?
No, I need to know.
Kids teach kids.
Oh, okay. That's yes.
KTK. And that's the best. That's the best in terms of pedagogy and neuroscience.
Uh-huh.
Remember Karina? Karina, she always helps us with the program. And thank you, Karina, by the way, if you are
Yes.
watching right now. She had a class of art. And one kid said, can I teach next week how to do, I don't know, it was a character. She said yes. And the kid was so brilliant. He just gave the class and he was using all the method to have the other kids interested and quiet and blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of this class, another kid said, Karina, or teacher, or I don't know how they say, can I teach how to do landscape? Because it was a hard class for
Uh-huh.
next week. So now the kids are giving the class, and this is so good. So as a teacher, you relax as well.
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember the one thing that I had this small class of painting, and the older kids used to teach the smaller ones as well, and
This
that's
is
very interesting. Yes, it's so beautiful to see how we grow in that way, and how education it's leaning towards that. Yes, with and we're taking advantages of all the multiple intelligences. We're taking advantage of all the characteristics of these kids of today, and learning more about them, so we can help, we can guide, and we can be a company for them, isn't it? That's great.
exactly. So please take care. Our next week, I have the image. It's a very important subject as well. Pass down the word. It's called IAAD, brain and thymus. We are going to see more about the brain, but not the normal brain. It's called amplified, amplificado, amplified.
Amplified, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Amplified brain. So a very important class. So don't miss it. And we go creating this new education.
Yes.
We do need so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, and don't miss any of these 25 classes. Thanks. See you
You take
Friday
care.
next time. Bye.